As you watch these visuals created by students, I want you to reflect on what you see, but also what you don't see. The Middle Passage was not just a physical journey, it was a psychological transformation shaped by trauma, fear, and forced displacement. In my 11th grade world history classroom, students engaged in a project based learning experience using AI tools such as ChatGPT, Gemini, Halo AI, and visual generators. Their task was to reconstruct the psychological experience of the Middle Passage through images, narratives, and simulations. So basically, students created visual and narrative simulations to explore the emotional and psychological impact of the Middle Passage. Drawing on the work of historian scholars like Sowande, we understand that enslaved Africans were not just transported, they were systematically made and unmade through violence, force, dependency, and psychological terror. Captives were transformed into commodities within a global economic system. These visuals attempt to represent key sources of trauma: dehumanization, separation from family, fear of the unknown, and physical confinement. Each of these was not a moment, but a repeated cycle that reshaped identity and humanity. However, we must pause and ask, can artificial intelligence truly represent trauma? Some student generated outputs revealed a lack of emotional depth or historical accuracy. This reminds us that AI does not understand suffering, it predicts it. In this moment, I faced a critical decision. I had to allow my students to continue generating content, or either I could intervene to ensure ethical and accurate representation. Students had begun relying on AI outputs without questioning them, and for a topic as sensitive as this, passive use risks simplifying real human suffering. So I paused the lesson and I shifted the focus. Students were asked to critically analyze AI outputs, fact check AI outputs, compare them to primary sources, and reflect on whose voices were missing and whose voices are represented. The question became not just what AI can create, but what it cannot. The psychological effects of the Middle Passage were profound: anxiety, grief, loss of identity, fear, dehumanization, uncertainty, and long term trauma. These effects did not end at the shore or upon arrival. They extended across generations, shaping Black family structures, cultural identity, and resilience within and across the African diaspora. What we now understand as intergenerational trauma shows us that the impact of this experience did not disappear. It lived on in memory, in culture, and in the lived realities of descendants. Scholars and writers, including Ta-Nehisi Coates, explore how cultural memory carries trauma collectively. Stories, resistance, and identity formation became ways of reclaiming humanity in the face of historical erasure. And these visuals come to an end. I want you to remember AI can help us visualize history, but it cannot replace human understanding. So it is our responsibility to question, to humanize it, to analyze, and to honor the lived experiences behind these images. History is not just something we see, it is something we must feel. We must be able to interpret history and carry forward with responsibility. As you reflect on these students' creative visuals, remember history is not something that we just study. It is something that we have to take into true consideration to connect it to our future, because the past only repeats if you do not know the past it will repeat. I want you to just really try to understand what my students were able to create and interpret through this project-based learning. We put a lot of thought into this, a lot of time. We started it in November and we probably didn't end it until probably the end of February. I had student editors. All students in my world history class participated in this. Every image, every voice, every animated motion that you see, these were all created by our students, and I'm very proud of them. These students are our high school class of 2027, and I hope that this PBL helps them to understand the past and see how I can connect to the future or the present as well. They won't be so confused on why things are happening, why systems insert is why systems are in place. I'll say like that. So the blacks from the diaspora, they have resilience to keep going, innovation, and AI plays a great part in us being able to visualize this. Thank you. My name is Dana McCarroll, educator McCarroll.